and welcome to this training series on Kofax RPA. This is ROBOBEAR, and today we'll take a first look at the Design Studio, where we will build and test all our robots. You can find out more about this product on the Kofax official website, together with instructions on how to obtain a 1-year license, as well as installation and configuration guides. Once you have everything installed and activated, you will have access to the Design Studio. In order to start working, we will first have to create a new project. A project represents a process to be automated, and it will hold all the files required by the robot to perform that task. You can create a new project by right-clicking the Projects tab and selecting New Project. Make sure you give it a descriptive name so you can find it again later. You can add new files to the project by right-clicking it and selecting New. There are several file types available, however today we'll only look at the robot file type. This holds the automation code to be executed and is the core of all robots. Once we have our new robot file open, we can see that the Design Studio is split up into several sections. The Project Management area, where we can manage our robot files. Database Configuration, where we can give our robots access to various databases. Main Workflow, where we build our automation steps. Web or Document Viewer, where we can see what the robot interacts with. Step Configuration, where we can configure our automation steps. Variables pane, where we can add new variables and types. Each action performed by the robot is called a step and can be added in the main workflow by right-clicking and selecting Insert Step, Action Step. You can configure the newly added step in the right pane. Here, you will first select the type of action the step should perform, for example, reading from a database or clicking on an element. Some steps have additional configuration options in the Action tab, such as a web link to be opened, or if a click should be a right click or a left click. For now, we will select a Do Nothing step. In the Basic tab, we can rename the step and give it a description. In the Finders tab, we can refine the CSS selectors used to identify objects on the screen. In the Error Handler tab, we can configure what happens in case of an exception. In order to perform a step action, simply click in the main workflow anywhere after the step. Additionally, you can right-click and select Execute To. The first option will disregard any sub-branches, so we recommend using no path restrictions to run the code fully up to that point. Steps are executed in order, from left to right. When a step is executed successfully, it will turn green. The currently selected step will be blue. Additionally, we can split the main branch into sub-branches by right-clicking and selecting Add Branch. Any steps on a sub-branch will only execute once all steps on the main branch have been completed. In the example on screen, Step 3 will only execute after Steps 1 and 2 have completed, and Step 4 will execute after all other steps have finished. This concludes our first lesson on Kofax RPA. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.